At first glance, Predator, 1987, may seem like a typical action movie of its time, filled with serious soldiers, gunfights, and bloodshed, seemingly devoid of any deeper meaning or subtext. However, that's only on the surface. Every film or script carries its own underlying themes and messages. Today, we will try to uncover the hidden meaning within Predator, 1987. The idea came from brothers Jim and John Thomas, aspiring writers dreaming of conquering Hollywood. In their debut script, the brothers wanted to tell the story of an alien society of hunters who organized safaris on different worlds. But they quickly realized that this wouldn't work. Why would audiences sympathize with such characters? So they simplified the plot. In search of a thrill, an alien arrives on Earth to hunt the most dangerous species on our planet, humans. It all started with this very idea, which later grew into an entire franchise, with films still being made to this day. So, what exactly is the Predator? The Predators from the Predator movies belong to the Yautja race, a warrior-like alien civilization that travels across the galaxy in search of worthy opponents to hunt. Their size is comparable to that of a human, but they are larger, standing between 6.6 to 8.9 feet tall and weighing between 265 to 440 pounds. They have a muscular build and high endurance. They also possess mandibles, jaw appendages, used for expressing emotions. They see in the infrared spectrum. The dreadlock-like growths on their heads are part of their biology, not hair. They reside on the planet Yautja Prime, a hot, humid world similar to Earth's tropics. It is known that the atmosphere is denser than Earth's, and gravity is stronger. The temperature exceeds 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is why predators struggle in the cold. Their society is divided into clans led by elders. Young hunters, blooded hunters, and the elite, the best of the best, follow a strict code of honor. Their primary goal in life is the hunt. The Yautja do not hunt for survival, but for honor and trophies. They select dangerous prey capable of fighting back and adhere to a strict honor code, which includes a ban on killing the weak, defenseless, and unworthy opponents. They only fight the best of the best. The story begins with an elite squad of commandos led by a commander named Dutch, Arnold Schwarzenegger, who is assigned a mission in the Central American jungle. Their task is to rescue a group of hostages supposedly captured by local guerrillas. Dutch's team consists of 7 highly skilled soldiers, each with unique abilities and personalities. Alan Dutch Schaefer, Arnold Schwarzenegger, a cold-blooded, intelligent, and tactically skilled commander who does not believe in senseless violence. George Dillon, Carl Weathers, ACIA, operative and Dutch's former comrade. Blain Cooper, Jesse Ventura, a heavily armed soldier who wields the old painless minigun, tough, fearless, and despises weakness. McElliott, Bill Duke, a scout and stealth specialist, reserved and quiet. Billy Soul, Sonny Landham, a tracker and experienced warrior with Native American roots, possessing sharp intelligence and intuition. Rick Hawkins, Shane Black, the team's radio operator and the youngest member, a joker who constantly tells crude jokes. Poncho Ramirez, Richard Chavez, an explosives expert and sapper, cautious and more level-headed than the others. They were assembled under CIA orders. The agency reported that a helicopter carrying American officials had crashed in the Central American jungle and that they had supposedly been captured by guerrillas. Dutch and his elite team were sent to locate and rescue the hostages. When Dutch's team arrives in the jungle to carry out the mission, they gradually begin to notice inconsistencies and suspicious details, leading them to realize that they have been drawn into something entirely different. The first sign of trouble is the downed helicopter, which they find shortly after landing. At first glance, it appears to have been shot down by guerrillas, but upon closer inspection, something seems off. Notices that the pilot's seatbelts have been cut, suggesting they fled in a hurry, as if escaping from something. The real shock comes when the team discovers 6 dead American soldiers, hung upside down and completely skinned. Even the battle-hardened commandos are horrified by the sight. Blain is the first to notice that their skin has been removed, and Dutch quickly realizes that these were men from Jim Hopper's unit, another special forces team that had been conducting a classified operation in the jungle. But the most terrifying part is that no one understands how it happened. Billy, using his sharp tracking skills, examines the scene and comes to a chilling conclusion. These men were not gunned down, nor were they killed in a way typical of guerrillas. He cannot explain how the enemy got close enough to eliminate elite soldiers trained in survival tactics. The first to die. Hawkins. As we know, Hawkins was the youngest and most inexperienced member of the team. He was physically weak, morally unsteady, and often made crude jokes. Before his death, he chases after Anna, the local woman whom the team decided to take captive. This scene carries the undertone of a threat and an act of violence against the weak and defenseless. It could even be interpreted as an attempted assault. From the Predator's perspective, such behavior is dishonorable. Given Hawkins' moral and physical traits, the Predator kills him first, and with exceptional brutality, literally turning him inside out. Blain's fate. Blain the machine gunner is known for his catchphrase, "I ain't got time to bleed."
You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Huh.
And his love for chewing tobacco. He is one of the toughest and most formidable fighters in the squad, the most masculine of them all. His appearance reflects this. Tall, heavily muscular, with a strong jawline and mustache. He does not tolerate weakness, remains tough at all times, and is unfazed by injuries or blood loss. Blain dies during a firefight with the Predator. He wields a minigun, Old Painless, in an attempt to stop the enemy, but it is futile. The Predator kills him with a plasma shot. Interestingly, his wound is bloodless.
No powder burns. No shrapnel. The wound's all fused, cauterized. What the hell could have done this to him?
Mac is one of the most enigmatic members of the squad. A harsh and laconic man who constantly shaves his head and face, as if performing a ritual. His combat style relies on silent kills. He enjoys making threats, often sneaking up on teammates to intimidate them. He once told Dillon that if he betrayed the team, he would leave him to bleed out slowly.
I'll bleed you, real quiet, leave you here.
Later, he even threatens the Predator, claiming he will carve his name into its body. There is also a key moment where he kills a scorpion. Something the Predator notices. In the end, the Predator sneaks up on Mac and outplays him at his own game, leaving its mark on him. Mac suffers one of the most agonizing deaths. He bleeds out, just as he had once threatened to do to Dillon.
I'll bleed you, real quiet, leave you here.
Dillon is a man of the system, always striving to climb the career ladder. He is neither particularly brave nor cowardly, just pragmatic. One interesting detail, the Predator first severs his hand, the same hand that was highlighted earlier when Dillon arm wrestled Dutch and lost. At this point, only the three most worthy warriors remain in the Predator's eyes. Jorge Poncho Ramirez is a former Green Beret with no negative traits. He fights bravely, shows no disrespect to his opponent, and does not boast. In the Predator's eyes, he is a true warrior. According to the Predator's code of honor, it is necessary to end a wounded enemy's suffering out of mercy. Poncho was already severely injured by a log trap. He was limping and heavily wounded. The Predator spared him further agony by killing him with a single shot. Notably, it did not attack any of the healthy characters, only the wounded Poncho. The irony is reflected in Billy's earlier question.
You got time to duck?
Did Poncho have time to duck? Billy, the ultimate warrior. Billy is the most honorable member of the squad, silent, courageous, and without arrogance. He acknowledges his fear and follows ancient instincts. He is the first to realize the true nature of their enemy and prefers action over words. Billy receives the most noble death. He chooses to fight the Predator hand to hand, dramatically removing his vest and discarding his weapons. His death happens off-screen. He waited for the Predator, ready for a physical duel. To the Predator, this was a sign of courage, but at the same time, Billy revealed his weakness. He surrendered. He fully understood that he would lose. Dutch, the true survivor. Unlike Billy, Dutch ran, but not out of fear. He retreated to continue the fight. Dutch is afraid, and he does not hide it. Interestingly, throughout the film, the voices of the squad members are deep. However, when the Predator chases Dutch, his voice becomes higher pitched, almost feminine. revealing a primal fear. Dutch is not just a fearless warrior, he has fear, and he acknowledges it. He crawls, runs, and survives, all actions that might seem disgraceful for a warrior. But he does so with purpose. Dutch is a calculated strategist, cunning and dangerous. His courage lies in his ability to embrace his vulnerability to defeat the enemy. This is what sets him apart from the rest of the team. He does not engage in a direct fistfight with the predator, does not threaten it, and does not flaunt his weapons. Instead, he fights the predator using its own tactics, camouflaging himself, setting traps, and blending into the environment. The predator recognizes Dutch as a worthy opponent and reveals itself fully. When Dutch defeats the predator, it laughs and triggers its self-destruction, giving Dutch enough time to escape. The predator acknowledges its defeat and accepts it with honor. The predator could have killed the entire squad immediately, but instead, it took them down one by one, studying them and teaching them a lesson. Only Dutch proved himself a true warrior, one who embraced his fear and outwitted the predator. What do you think about this analysis? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon.